Welcome to Teen Potions class. I am Miss Judith. I'm the teen librarian at the Homewood Public Library, and we are joined by the science lady. So thank y'all for coming. You are going to stay muted for a little bit, but if you have questions, you can ask them. And we are recording this, so I will send it out in a couple of days. And if you're like, I really don't remember that one step, you'll have the recording. So you did not hear me. Like, you didn't come here to hear me talk. You came to hear the science lady because she knows about science and I don't, but we're all going to learn some stuff today. So Miss Jan, you ready?
I'm ready.
I'm going to turn it over
How's
to
everyone doing today? Good. All right. Does everybody have their white bag that has their potions in it? Your potions kit? Okay, good deal. So what we're going to do is we're going to start out and just take one thing out of the bag. And that one thing is this right here. It's some beads and some string and a shark tooth. So we're going to make a shark tooth necklace because a shark tooth is really a charm for protection. In Hawaii, the story goes that there was a man that was out, he was getting attacked by a shark, and he actually fought off the shark. And then when he came out of the water, he was wearing a shark tooth necklace. So since we're doing potions, protection is going to be important for this. And during the summer, you might be doing a lot of traveling and things. So you'll remember to bring your shark tooth necklace to protect you. Now, the thing about shark teeth, it's pretty cool. They basically kind of have like an unlimited amount of teeth that they can have. They lose their teeth regularly. If you think about the way they eat, that would be kind of natural. But then they can grow their teeth back over and over and over again. The average for teeth for shark is they generally lose about 30,000 through their lifetime. So that's pretty cool. All right, so here's the shark tooth. And if you look closely, there's a little loop that you can put the rope through, but don't do that just yet because we want to get the beads out first. And you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, you should have 6 beads. So you're going to put 3 beads on one side and 3 on the other with the shark tooth in the middle. All right, so you guys can go ahead and start making your shark tooth necklace. And the row of the string is probably like super, super long, but that's just so that you'll have some left over. I didn't want anybody to get choked by their shark tooth necklace. That's never fun. And the opposite of a protection charm. Is everybody ready for the weather tomorrow? Yeah. All right. So that's what I have. So don't worry if you don't have scissors. Whenever we're all done, you can cut the extra string or rope off that you're going to have. I happen to have a pair of scissors. All right. All right. For those of you that just entered the room, get your potions kit out, and we're making a shark tooth necklace. You have all the supplies in there. A shark tooth is a charm for protection. And also you have these beads. So you have 6 beads. You're gonna have 3 beads on one side, 3 beads on the other, and the shark tooth is in the center like this. But this is an additional layer of protection. So I'm going to take my necklace off here. And the beads seem kind of boring, right? But I'm going to add a little black light to these. You can see they're just white beads. So I'm going to add a little black light. Now it's going to look purple, but it is a black light. That's a type of light, like fluorescent light or ultraviolet light. And I'm just going to shine this here on the beads that are on my necklace. And then you'll notice that they're no longer white, right? So they change colors. So these are also UV or ultraviolet detection beads. They change color under the presence of black light or ultraviolet light. So that means every time you go outside, your beads on your necklace are going to change color. And then each time you come back inside, they'll change back to white. Now, the brighter they are, the stronger the sun's ultraviolet rays are. And you're welcome to go outside and check it out if you want. So this is also a layer of protection during the summer sun. The darker they are, the more powerful. So you may want to get some sunscreen if these get really dark. And it's also a pretty cool experiment to actually put sunscreen on your beads. If it's strong enough, the beads won't change color because sunscreen is designed to protect your skin from the sun's ultraviolet rays. All right, so that's your shark tooth necklace. I'm going to wear mine. You never know when a shark could end up in your living room. Okay, everybody done with their necklace? Let me check. Yes, you guys look smashing in your new shark tooth necklaces. Okay, next thing to get out of your bag, at the very bottom, you're going to have a puppy piddle pad. It's either a really bad sign or a really good sign when you have something like this in a potions kit. So on my work surface here, I'm just going to open that up. This is a really large one, so you're not going to need all of it, but you know, it's good to be safe here. All right, so I'll show you what I got. So I just put mine down like this. Okay, so what we're going to do first is go ahead and get your diet soda out. And then you have a portion cup right here. You can tell when I shake it, so it's got all these sort of little granular things in them. This is actually rock salt. All right, if you like to make homemade ice cream, you actually use rock salt. It helps get it cold enough to make ice cream. And if you've ever had to hand crank that, it's good to get the ice cream, but man, that's exhausting. Okay, so what we're gonna do, everyone all knows about Diet Coke and Mentos, right? So what we wanna try, instead of Mentos, we wanna try rock salt and see what happens when we pour rock salt in our Diet Coke. So go ahead and open your soda and you'll listen for the sound that it makes. There we go. Okay, so it makes that sound because soda is carbonated. That means that it has carbon dioxide in it. And we know carbon dioxide is a gas, right? So you have a gas that's just trapped in this liquid. Well, there's certain things that you can add to the soda to really excite that carbon dioxide. And if you pick something that has little holes on the outside called nucleation sites, it gives those carbon dioxide molecules something to bond to. And so it creates bubbles over and over again until the carbon dioxide is like, dude, I'm taking over this space. And the way to do it is to push as much soda out as you possibly can. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to pour as many of our rock salt pellets as we can in the diet soda. Now, I'm going to do it first so you guys know what to expect when this happens. Then we're going to count to 3 and you're going to do it too. All right, so you guys can watch. All right, there's my diet soda. All right, 3, 2, 1. Whoa, check it out. Awesome. Okay, are you guys ready to give it a try? All right, here we go. Pour them as quick as you can. 3, 2.
Wait.
Oh, wait.
Okay, we're good.
You're good? Everybody good? All right, 3, 2, 1. What? Don't those piddle pads work great? It's amazing. Okay, so wait a minute. Everyone always says that Diet Coke and Mentos is the strongest explosion that you can mix. It is not. The rock salt actually creates more of an explosion. And the reason why is instead of just one piece, or say you put 2 or 3 pieces of Mentos in there, these have way more nucleation sites because there's a bunch of little salt pellets. Each one of them has a bunch of nucleation sites, and they spread out quicker over the soda as gravity pulls them down. So it creates an awesome explosion. Awesome looking potion. Now, the reason why you see diet soda used in this experiment is because there's no sugar in it, so there's no sticky mess. And really, the diet sodas seem to go a little bit higher. I think the sugar maybe just slows it down just a tad. All right, so you shouldn't have a huge mess. Your piddle pad should be soaking this up. And I really need to come up with a different name instead of piddle pad. Like it should be a potion pad or a magical mat or something like that. I need to work on that. All right, next thing we're gonna do. If you want to kind of move the salt out of the way, you can, or you can move to a different part of your magical mat, your potion pad, whatever you want to do. I'm just going to take the salt and just kind of move it out of the way here. Just because you kind of need a flat space for the next potion that we're going to get. Okay, so now you need to get this right here. If you look, it is hydrogen peroxide, 6%. Okay, so the reason why I have paper around this is you don't want your hydrogen peroxide to be out in the sun too long or anything like that. It needs kind of a dark space. If you think about hydrogen peroxide that's 3%, that's the stuff in the brown bottle that you put on a cut or a scrape. It's in that brown bottle so it doesn't lose its effectiveness. All right, but at this point though, you can go ahead and take the paper off. I'm making this super hard. Ah, there we go. Okay, so then what you have inside of here is 6% hydrogen peroxide. Obviously 3% is not as strong as 6%, obviously, but this is also the kind that if you're dyeing your hair or something like that, you use 6%. So it isn't something that is dangerous. All right, next thing. You're going to need your little cup, okay? And what I want you to go do, now, if you can get warm or hot water, that's great. If you can't, room temperature water is fine. You're going to fill this cup halfway full, okay? Halfway full of water. I'm going to go get my water. Okay. So
What?
halfway full. Did you have a question?
Why am I cold?
I didn't hear you.
Why am I cold?
Oh, if you can get warm water, almost hot water, that's even better. But if you can't, it's no biggie. Okay, mine is it's just a little warm. All right, next, you're gonna need this. This is your super science stirrer. Don't let it fool you into thinking it's a craft stick. Okay. You're also going to need to get out this right here. This is your dish soap. And this right here, your packet of yeast. All right, so what we're going to do now is carefully take the lid off of your hydrogen peroxide. Okay, and then I just sat mine back down. I'll show you guys what I'm doing here. All right, look at all that salt. It looks cool from its Diet Coke bath. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna open my dish soap. And I'm gonna put, let's do 6 drops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, 6 drops of soap. Okay, and then I'm gonna put the lid back on, and I'm just gonna stir this up. Just kind of like this, moving it kind of through there. Okay, and now I'm gonna open it back up again. And I'm gonna put 6 more drops. That's like one big drop. All right, there we go. So I just kind of gave it a couple of good squeezes there. Put the lid back on, stir it back up again. All right, so that's just a combination of the hydrogen peroxide and a little bit of soap here. Take the lid back off. Okay, so next you're going to need to open your yeast. And what you're trying to do with this is put about half of the packet in there, which if you use half of the packet, it means you'll have some left that if you do have the hydrogen peroxide that's in the brown bottle, you can redo this potion again if you want. I'm just going to rip this. Again, if you have scissors, that's great too. All right, and then I'm just going to kind of guesstimate about half of this. There we go. And then if you just bend it back down, you will have some leftover yeast to make another potion. All right, it's going to smell immediately. So yeast is used if you're making breads and stuff. It actually makes the dough rise. So it has kind of a funky smell, but that's okay. That's what we want. And then you're just going to stir it all up. It is going to clump up and stuff. That's okay. That's no biggie. All right, I think mine is pretty much stirred up. Okay, that's what you'll have now. All right, I'm going to show you guys what happens, because all you're going to do now is you just want the yeast and water in with the hydrogen peroxide and the soap. So when I pour it in, we're going to make a potion known as elephant toothpaste. All right. So I'm going to show you what happens, and then you guys are going to do it on your own. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh. All right, you guys ready to give it a try? Oh, and one thing you need to notice is that this is an exothermic reaction. That means it gives off heat. And this is something that you can touch. So if you want to, it's okay with your grown-up, you can do that, and then we'll go wash our hands. But it's giving off heat because it is a hot reaction. All right, I want to see it. You guys ready? Get your yeast and water ready, and you're going to pour all of it in there quickly. All right, hang on, Rebecca. You're gonna put your water and your yeast in the thing that you're holding. Yeah, okay. So switch right. Yeah, you're gonna pour the cup into the bottle. Now, that's not saying that it's not gonna work the way that you were doing it, but it lets it flow up a little bit and gives you a little bit of time to pour all that in there. Okay, everybody good to go? 3, 2, 1. Woo! Oh, awesome.
Ours is just foaming.
It's just foaming. It's not coming. Did you put the soap in?
Yeah, it's just bubbling.
Let me see.
It's bubbling.
Try to throw a little bit more soap in there and then turn it.
Okay.
See if that'll work.
Okay.
Yeah, so here's the deal with this soap. If you just mix yeast and water and hydrogen peroxide, you get kind of a violent reaction. The soap like holds it all together. So I think it might be a matter of just needing a little bit more soap. So the next time you do it, just put a little bit more soap. Let me see what you're doing now. Yeah, you can stir it up.
And right now it's still just
Okay.
Give me a second.
Yeah.
Let me turn off my background.
Yeah, no, it's looking good. Courtney, it's awesome. Oh, I'm digging that telescope too.
Well, thank you.
Okay, so that was elephant toothpaste. Now, oh yeah, get your hands in there. There you go. So obviously it's not really something that an elephant would brush their teeth with, but you can see why this potion is called elephant's toothpaste. All right, I'm gonna touch mine too because I'm getting jealous. Oh, it's nice and warm. All right, I'm gonna go wash my hands and then move this out of the way because I got more cool stuff for you guys. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now, I want to get all of this out of the way for the next
Wait, my mom.
experiment.
Wait, me and my mother are trying to do it again.
Okay, we'll wait for you.
Thank you.
Go for it. We'll all just watch you.
Okay, let me go.
Peroxide.
I mean, since it's 3%, just fill it just over half of the bottle. Way to go, Mom, and getting that hydrogen peroxide.
I lost the soap this time.
This time, a lot of soap.
Yeah, go ahead, put a lot of soap in there. And then be sure to put the lid back on and kind of stir it up a little bit.
Okay.
Now, the rest of you, while she's putting her second elephant toothpaste potion together, if you want to just kind of clean up your workspace, the thing with the pill pads, you can just fold it all up.
And wood.
Yeah, and you keep the
That's
bottle
more?
and all that, some other science experiments with that, or make elephant toothpaste again. Now that you know
I'm
how
gonna
to make
stir it with like the actress. Oh wait, no, it has yeast on it.
yeah.
Okay, I think we've done it.
Okay.
All
Let's
right.
try.
Let's see it.
Let my mom finish the video. Okay, Mom, you got it? Okay.
No,
Okay. Same
Oh,
result.
here it comes. See, here's the thing about the 3%. You're going to get the same reaction, just much slower. But yeah,
No,
you
ours is just bubbling like last time. I think it's the foam at the top that we mixed when we mixed the soap in together.
Okay.
It foamed up at the top. So
well, I mean, the thing is, you can keep trying that. You know what you need to make it now. So you
Yes.
can, yeah, you can keep giving it a try. All right, so I'm going to take all my stuff here, move it out of the way.
Okay, Mother. I'm pouring it all out, okay, Mom? Probably not hot, Mom. It smells like cleaning tool. I'm just gonna take a break. Oh. Okay, so what did she say to do?
I don't know.
Okay, I just cleaned up my work area. So I took my whole pickle pad, I just folded it all up and just went and threw it away. Should be able to do that and not lose anything from there. All right, you have 2 more items in your bag. All right, the first one right here, this is rheoscopic fluid. And then you have a test tube with some suspicious blue liquid in it. All right, so what we're gonna make is something called unicorn tears. So what you wanna do first is very carefully open up your rheoscopic fluid. Okay, so I just took the lid off. All right, and then what I'm gonna do is carefully open up the test tube. I don't want to lose any of that blue liquid. And then I'm just gonna, I'm gonna squirt. You're gonna see some of it drop. Just go ahead and squeeze really hard. You don't need all of it. All right, put the lid back on. Then I'm gonna kind of shake this up a little bit. All right, now if you look closely, can you see how it's swirling? All right, if you don't see it swirling, put a little bit more of that rheoscopic fluid in there.
I see. This kind of looks like the Pensy.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, right?
It looks like the Pensy.
Right, so the combination of these 2 liquids, when you add this rheoscopic fluid, you get this really cool swirl going on. It's known as unicorn tears. I think I'm gonna add a little bit more to mine.
I'm gonna add as much as I can.
All right, sweet. Okay. Awesome. Check it out.
Can
Okay,
you
so
tell us what the blue liquid is?
do what?
Can you tell us what the blue liquid is?
The blue liquid, it's crazy. It's water and blue food coloring.
Okay.
That's it. All right. So when you store your unicorn tears, you don't want to just throw it down like this, because that rheoscopic fluid that we put in will clot down here along the side. And then it will kind of, you'll have a white line going down here, and you want this to kind of be clear. So when you store it, just turn your test tube upside down like this, and you'll be good to go. Then each time you're ready to get that swirling again, just pick it back up. All right, and you can do different colors. I could have used red or green food coloring or yellow, but I think the blue looks the best for unicorn tears. All right, you guys hold them up. Let me see. Cool. Very cool. Nice job. All right, so those are all the things that are in your potions kit, but I decided I would kind of kick it up a notch and do another type of elephant toothpaste for you. This type is not 6% hydrogen peroxide, it's 27%. So this is not a type of hydrogen peroxide right here that you would put on your skin or touch. You actually use this to clean swimming pools. So it is some strong hydrogen peroxide. And instead of yeast, I'm going to use some potassium iodide. All right. But the soap is going to be the same. So I've got my Dawn right here. So I'm going to use this. I've got a big tray, which is important. Although I might be thinking I should have left my potion pad out, my magical mat. And I'm going to use this. It's a giant graduated cylinder. Okay, you find the rheoscopic fluid. You can actually get that on Amazon. So you have the name of it. You can just type it in the search and it'll come up and show you. You get a bottle that's about this big and you can make unicorn tears over and over again. Well, what's really cool is if you get like a 2-liter bottle or something that's empty, you can use all of it to make a big container of unicorn tears. So it's on Amazon. Just put that name in there and that's where you'll find it. All right, also some online science shops have it, but I think on Amazon it's kind of the best price. So that's the way you can get it. Okay, graduated cylinder, and I'm going to stand up for this. Let me put this down so you guys can see. All right. Let me make sure the whole graduated cylinder is in there. All right, that looks pretty good. Okay, so first thing I want to do is add my hydrogen peroxide. And like I said, this is 27%. Okay. Next, I'm going to add my soap. Okay, so that's what I have in there. So like I said, the soap is a really important part of the elephant toothpaste. The combination of like the yeast or the potassium iodide with the hydrogen peroxide is actually the chemical reaction, but the soap's job is to hold it all together and give it that sort of fluffy elephant toothpaste look. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and move this up a little bit now that you guys see what I've added here. All right, so let's put the potassium iodide in. Okay, are you guys ready? There we go. Check it out. Whoa.
Oh no!
Oh no! Look at that. It's like you're having a Zoom with a giant flubber or something. And I don't know if you can see all the steam that's coming off of this, but it is, like I said, it's an exothermic reaction. It gives off heat. What you're also going to notice is once that reaction is completed, it starts to kind of shrink back down. So that's the difference in using 27% hydrogen peroxide and then potassium iodide instead of yeast. So see how it's starting to shrink back down? Another thing you might notice is it does change colors just a little bit. When you make elephant toothpaste, you get a little bit of a yellow tinge to it. Something, if you want to make it again, that you can add is you can add a little food coloring to it. If you think elephants might want like aqua fresh or something like that, you can put a little food coloring in and have that grow. It actually looks super cool. All right, let me get this out of the way. So
are you able to touch it?
No, it actually is an irritant to your skin. It's this strong, you don't actually touch it. See, I knew I was going to wish that I left my middle pad.
I made another unicorn tear.
Alrighty. Let me just clean up this elephant toothpaste. That was a really awesome one. That one got huge. I love that. But it actually does clean up pretty easily. All right, we are good to go for another experiment. I've got one more for you guys. Okay, so I have a beaker right here, and I have some water in my beaker. Here, let me get this right. I don't want to be lopsided. So I got a little water here in my beaker, and I actually have another beaker right here. Okay, and then I have another one right here. So I have a total of 3 beakers. All right, let me put this down here. I'm getting my workspace organized. All right, there's 1, 2. All right, and 3. Okay, let me turn these down so you guys can see. Okay, so in this first beaker, I put just a little bit of stuff in it. You can actually see it down there at the bottom, but it's soluble in water, so it is just going to dissolve. And I can actually still see through this liquid, so it is still a clear liquid. So all I want to do is take this liquid and pour it into the second beaker here. Oh, interesting. So suddenly it's not clear. It's like this kind of cool purple pink going on. So now I want to pour that into this last beaker here. Let's see what happens when I do that. Oh, wait a minute. So now it's clear again. Huh. That's weird. All right, any guesses about how I did that?
What did you put in it?
You did what?
What did you put in it to make it do that?
So that's a good question. All right, yes, Andrew, something in the other beakers? Yes. Okay, so I just use basic principle with chemistry. Things are either, the chemicals are either acids or bases or they're neutral. So it's super important that a scientist knows what sort of chemical they're working with. And so you use something called, in the very first beaker that was clear, but I said
you froze for a second. What did you put in it?
Okay, I put sodium carbonate in the first beaker. The sodium carbonate just makes
we have to wait for it.
It keeps it clear. But then I put an indicator in the second beaker. And the indicator, its job is to tell if a chemical is an acid or a base. Well, I do know that sodium carbonate is an acid. So I know that it will turn that kind of pinkish purple color. In the very last beaker, all I had in there was a little bit of vinegar. Vinegar neutralizes the indicator that I used. And so it turned back clear because the indicator no longer has to do its job. This is an old chemistry experiment. It's called water to wine. That's the name of it. Looks like a cool potion, but it is an old-fashioned chemistry experiment.
What
did I put in? Which one? Sodium.
Did you just use normal water to pour in, or did you just?
Yeah. I just use normal tap water. I prefer to use distilled water, but it works with regular tap water too.
Okay.
All right, guys. I hope you had a blast doing your potions kit. I know I had a blast. When you get a chance, when it's not raining, go out and check out what color beads that you have with your shark tooth charm. And I will see you guys again in the future. And hopefully I see you this summer too. And I've got a couple of things coming up, which will include kits too. So we'll have summer kits. All right, guys, have a great rest of your day and
Before
stay
you leave-
safe tomorrow.
Before you leave, is there going to be any more Harry Potter kits?
Yes, there are. That's what Miss Jan is looking at.
Yay!
Coming this summer, so have no fear. We will be doing Harry Potter and the Fantastic Beasts kits. And Miss Jan will return. Miss Jan will return.
Thank you.
so much, Miss Jan.
You're welcome.
Thank you. And guys, be safe tomorrow. Be sure to check the library calendar for upcoming events. And I can't wait to see y'all soon. FYI, we're expanding our hours on April 1st, Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. for hours to come later on. So looking forward to more activities, seeing you safely. Bye, everyone. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.